Hey everybody, welcome to T-Roy Cooks. I appreciate you joining us.
T-Roy's chilling in the backyard grilling, cooking up some barbecue for you. T-Roy's chilling in the backyard grilling, showing you that you can cook it too. Always with a beer or whiskey, but he cooks responsibly.
We're fixing to do a little road trip. We're gonna go see some YouTube friends, and we're gonna cook up some brisket on a big green egg. Y'all stay tuned. Josh, what's going on, man?
Who it is, man?
Hey, brother. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you too, man.
Whiskey on the door.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
Hey, whoa, whiskey on the door.
Well, we just, we spoiled a little bit of your whiskey, but there you go, man.
Oh, that's cool. Appreciate you. Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You ready to make a brisket or what?
I am. Josh from Cask Strength. Appreciate you having me over. We're gonna cook some brisket for you guys later on, and some other stuff too. Y'all stay tuned.
What up, Troy?
Hey everybody. Look, Ron's been here so long. I
just come in the side gate. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. So, folks, if y'all don't know, let me flip you up where you can see you. Whiskey and BBQ. Go check him out on YouTube.
Appreciate
Great guy. Yeah, no problem, man. And it's great to see Evan over there. I know a lot of y'all missed that, but they showed up a little bit later.
Yeah, we showed up later and it got weird.
We had a pool party afterwards, and Ryan and Evan showed up. Y'all go check them out, though. Whiskey and BBQ. Glad you're here, man.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna do some cooking.
You brought all the stuff to cook?
I brought a bunch of different meats.
Awesome.
Let's go. So this is your cook.
Is it my cook?
Yeah, but it's my meat.
Okay.
Get after it. I stopped by a famous Austin butcher downtown. It's called Salt and Thyme. And I picked up some Akaushi beef. And if you're not familiar with that, it's kind of a cross between some Wagyu and some other beef from here in Texas. I can't
Isn't it Black Angus and Wagyu?
I think it is, yeah. So it's Angus and Wagyu mixed.
First one we got the vide steak.
Okay.
VEVEE. Kind of like a hanger steak. This one's about an inch thick. Good marbling going all the way through. This is gonna be good.
Yeah,
that's gonna be real good.
Yeah.
Next we have a New York strip.
Yeah.
Because
that's for you.
Yeah. I like New York strips. I reverse sear them all the time. They come out really tender. Troy made fun of. Last time I cooked over here, I told him I was bringing steaks, and I said I was bringing New York strips, and Troy kind of had this question mark on his face.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
But why?
I like ribeye.
You like
Why
it?
not ribeye, man?
See, ribeye for a steak, if you're relatively good at cooking a steak, ribeye is great because it's one of the only like self-basting steaks you can do.
Yeah.
It's okay, we got a giant one.
So you're saying it's difficult to cook a strip steak tender and juicy?
Yes.
So we're gonna see that tonight too.
All right, so we got New York strip, ribeye, and the bouvet. So what we're doing is just my normal rub, the 3 parts pepper, 2 parts salt.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry.
Shit, right,
I can kind of smell it over here.
So 3 pepper, 2 salt.
3 part pepper, 2 part salt, 1 part garlic, and 1 part smoked paprika.
Is that your all-purpose? Like,
It is, yeah, this is my all-purpose. This is what I'll go with on a regular basis with just about everything I'm doing.
beef, chicken, whatever, doesn't matter.
Chicken, I'll do something a little bit different. I have a lemon pepper rub that I use. It's pretty good.
Okay.
But if I'm smoking something, or if I want a good peppery garlic flavor, real, I don't want to say basic flavor, but a real clean, real traditional flavor, this is what I'm rocking pretty much all the time.
Check out that marbling. Oh my gosh.
All these steaks are awesome. All right, these are all set up. We got a grill going outside with just all the degrees. All right, we're gonna let these sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, start pulling out some moisture, make sure everything outside's good, get the grill grate set up, and we'll throw them on, sear them, see how this goes.
All right, guys, we're doing some cooking, or Ryan is anyway. I'm sorry. Look, yeah, check it out. We're doing some indirect cooking over here. There you go. We've got some oak. All right, we're gonna check these out here in a little bit. We're gonna get them up to what kind of temp?
I'm gonna take them to about 110 internal.
Okay.
About 110 internal, and then once we get them there, I'm gonna just slide them straight over and do a hard sear on them. So what's really great about this is you can see the awesome grain, so you know exactly how to cut this thing.
Right, you want to cut it against the grain, right?
Right.
Not
We're gonna
with.
do one slice right down the middle.
Ooh, look
How's
at
that look for
that.
y'all?
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
That's gonna be some fine eating right there, y'all. And this is my contribution to this party.
It's an awesome contribution.
Heck yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Let's give it a shot, y'all.
Oh yeah. Man, that beef flavor on that,
Oh man.
it's ridiculous.
It is, isn't it?
Super tender.
Mhm.
Really like got that rich mineral kind of beefy flavor.
All right, next up, a ribeye.
Look at the cap on that, man.
Yeah, everything about this one's just beautiful.
This is Akaushi. Good stuff.
Look at that, Ryan's making like beef sushi over here.
Man, you cooked that perfectly, man.
Thank you. I can see whenever I was grilling, you were a little worried.
Oh man, I'm good.
You guys been doing small cuts so
Yeah.
y'all don't get.
Yeah, I know I love some ribeye.
I mean, that's my go-to if I'm gonna be grilling a steak, ribeye all day long. But
That's good, man.
and the strip.
Man.
Now for the moment of truth. See if I can make a New York strip tender.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can. I know you can actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
So decently thick slice.
Not as tender as ribeye though.
It's not gonna be as tender as the ribeye.
I know, different cut. It's
Great too, man. I gotta say though, out of the three, that bavette, that's my
That's
favorite.
the best so far. Yeah.
No kidding, man. That bavette steak. Nice beefy.
You don't really see
Tender.
that. I mean, that's like a kind of a rare cut to get, right? You don't just go to the grocery store usually. You gotta
No,
go to that specialty store, Salt and Thyme.
exactly.
right.
Butcher.
Now the big boy.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, it's jiggly.
It is jiggly. So this one, how do you prep this one, Josh?
I normally would do exactly what you're doing, cut it off the bone like that, and then cut it into slices.
What did you do to it before I put it on the grill?
Oh, we did it. What did I do to it? What did I do to
How
it?
did you prep it?
I put a little bit of salt on there, about half the amount that I'd use in total. Then I put it in the sous vide for a couple hours at 120 degrees. Then bring it out, dry off the surface really, really, really well so we can get a good sear on it. And then hit it with a little more salt and pepper, and bam, that's what you get right there.
Bone gives it such a good deep flavor.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
Oh man.
why do you even need to go to a steakhouse? You don't need to go to a steakhouse. You just stay at home. You do this yourself. That steak was what? It was like $30. I mean, you go and get something like that at a steakhouse. It's going to be a $100 steak. Probably won't even be cooked as well because Ryan didn't do it.
Dude, sous vide's the way to go, man. Seriously.
Especially on a big, thick piece of steak like that.
Sous vide, tomahawk.
Good?
Hell yeah.
Welcome back. Joey, good? All right,
I'm good,
so we've got the big green egg coming up to temperature. We've got, you have the extended basket, right? That's what you have inside of there?
Yeah, I got the kick ash basket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kick ash basket, it's got about 2/3 lump charcoal, 1/3 pecan chunks. It's all kind of evenly mixed in between. We put 2 starters in there, let that burn. So we're slowly bringing it up to temperature. Right now, the egg is sitting at about 200 degrees. We want to go ahead and throw the brisket on there now, and we want to continue to bring it up to temperature until we get to a 235, 240 range at the dome. You don't want to get it up to 235 or 240 and then open it and throw the brisket in, because then it gets air, your temperature gets up, and these things, once they get too hot, you're not going to get it back down.
Okay, so you're like, if you bring in a bunch of oxygen, you're feeding the fire, and you're going to ramp up that temperature too much.
Right.
Okay.
So you want to get the meat on, and having it in a little bit of a cold smoke is just going to take in more smoke. It's going to be a good thing.
Right.
So, hi Gretchen. And whenever you bring it up to temperature with it already in there, because the brisket's going to cool down the air, everything's going to kind of do things. So, ready?
Right. Yeah.
And you said the back right corner was the hotter-ish part?
Yeah, definitely. So the airflow kind of goes like that, and I always notice when I'm grilling the hot spots kind of towards the back there.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to have the point kind of sitting back toward that hot spot, because that's the thicker part of the meat.
Right.
You're blocking your light.
Makes sense. Oh,
Yeah.
There we go.
This is what happens when you work with a porch light.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so right now it's about 12:30, and we don't want to like bring our lighting equipment outside to disturb the neighbors, I think.
We don't?
I mean, we could.
We could.
We could.
All right, so point is kind of, that's about where that hot spot is you're talking about?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, we got this fat side down, everything's seasoned. It had seasoning on it for about 45 minutes before we throw it on the pit. So now we're just gonna babysit it. We're gonna get it to where the dome thermometer reads 235, 240-ish, and we're gonna go back to drinking.
8 hours in, man. She's looking good, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Smells wonderful, too.
Yeah.
Yum. What we got here, Ryan?
We got here a beef rib that you brought. Single bone beef rib. The marbling in this is gorgeous. It's a little dark. We already put some Worcestershire sauce on it for the binder for the seasoning. But this is...
I think that's Angus.
That's going to be beautiful when that cooks up.
Oh, yeah, man. Put
So-
your regular SPG on it?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Keeping it real simple. It's going to be good.
We're going to cook it on the slow and sear, too, folks.
Yep.
How about that? All right, guys. Told you we're cooking on slow and sear. I got a brand new one from, well, it's new to me anyway, from Dave over at Adrenaline Barbecue. I got the new version of the slow and sear where the water pan comes out. So, I had the old one and I just decided to give it to Ryan. How about that, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm appreciative. Because
Yeah,
slow
man.
and sear is something I've been wanting to get. I've heard great things about it, so now I got one.
Yeah, so we're firing it up. I'm going to cook that beef rib on there. Got some pecan wood on there. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, baby. It's going to be good.
All right, so slow and sear is loaded. Burning nice and smoldery. Had a couple of pecan chunks already lit. Got the smell coming off of that. We got the bottom vents about halfway open. We're gonna be shooting for 250, 275 whenever we're cooking this. Mainly because it's gonna be really good and I want to get it done. So the challenge is gonna be, can Ryan make this stand up? Aha!
You can prop some wood chunks around it. Over
Back
here.
wood chunks go. Oh, there they are.
There you go. Make it like a little shim. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Ingenious, sir.
Look at you. This is why you hang out with the pros.
Yeah, right.
It's like always, whenever you're smoking on a kettle, make sure your vent is opposite where the coal is. Get a nice convection going through there. We're gonna leave this closed for about 3 hours. We'll take a look at it.
Hey, let's check on this brisket, man. It's
Seal
been
back.
on right at 12 hours now. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that's coming through on the camera. That is gorgeous, folks. Beautiful color. No, we have not needed to spritz this or to wrap it or anything like that. We're just letting it rock and roll. Let's check it for tenderness. Flat's still a little bit tough. Where we at? About 194. Point feels great. Point is doing real good. Look, almost exact same, 193. So we're looking good, man. Let's go check on that rib. The beef rib over here has been on for 2 hours. We've been cooking about 275. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, man. Does that look gorgeous or what? That's gonna be some fine eating, folks. Holy cow.
So it's almost, it is ready? We think it's
Well,
ready?
it's pretty close to ready. So it is 12:45. So this has been on for about 12 hours.
We put it on 12:30 last night.
Yes.
And it's been going all night. Basically, we peeked at it a few times, right? But,
Yeah.
But
So it stayed right at 225, 235 the entire time we were cooking. So now, what I feel some of your problem is whenever we're doing brisket is, I think you do two things. Everybody talks about probe tender and that kind of thing, and if you don't know what probe tender actually is, you know what you're looking for. And second, once you pull it off, how you let it sit and rest
Right.
is key.
oh, look at that.
Y'all have heard me talk about it before, where we're looking for your meat to be shiny. You want the juices to be coming out, and this is prime. This is the meat. The juices are coming out. It smells super beefy.
Look at that. Look
Yeah,
at that.
right?
Jiggle it.
Oh.
Just jiggle it.
So, a couple things we're looking for is temperature. You want it to be between 195 and 200, 203, and we are right there
Right
at
there,
all
yeah.
of that. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to press on this, and I want you to feel what probe tender feels like.
Ooh, like just the tiniest bit of resistance, like
just
barely
a little
any.
bit.
Oh, a little bit more in the flat.
And the
than-
flat's gonna be like
yeah,
that,
Yeah.
but like
But still.
the point, it just slides in, almost no effort. And another way is like how you're doing whenever you pull it out, you don't want the brisket to hang on to it. You want it to come out nice and easy too.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I've always heard you want this like kind of springy, wobbly thing to be happening.
Yeah,
that's a good sign.
You want wiggly jiggly, yeah.
Wiggly jiggly. And look at that bark, man. Look at that bark.
Yeah, I don't mess around.
So we didn't wrap it at all.
Nope.
Didn't wrap it at all.
Didn't spritz either.
Nope.
No spritz, no nothing.
No
Just-
wrap, no spritz, no water pan, no nothing.
Just set it in here and let the grill do its thing.
Now you did rotate the grill though.
We
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
So Josh said that the back end was kind of a hot part.
And over in there.
Our the point was getting closer to done than the flat was. So about 2 hours ago, we just rotated it 180 degrees, and it evened out all the cooking, and everything was beautiful and happy and fun.
So the other thing I thought was kind of interesting, you see the smoke coming out again now as air gets in here, right? But I've heard a lot of advice where it's like, oh, you don't want to use too much wood. You want to put in just a couple of chunks, maybe, you know.
Did I dispel that rumor?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. The people say it'll be over smoked. It'll be too aggressively smoky, but that looks amazing. So we had, what was it, a third roughly to
roughly
charcoal?
a third of it wood to charcoal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, awesome. So we take this guy out and do what? We just let it
All right,
sit
so what
in the
we're going
pan?
to do is we have a hotel pan.
Yep.
We're going to pull it out, and we're just going to literally set it in the pan and just let it hang out for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then we're going to just throw a piece of, I'm going to need some gloves too, because, you know, I can't feel my hands, but that's hot. Then once we let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to just loosely tin some foil over it, and we're going to toss it in an oven that's turned off and let it sit for a couple hours.
Okay. Ooh-wee. Look at that.
Black rubber gloves in the sun is not pleasant.
Dude, those gloves are terrible.
Yeah.
I gotta throw those away. Get another set of the nice leather ones. All right. Oh, and it's flaming up already. That is one kind of cool thing about the egg is like there's probably tons of fuel left still.
Oh yeah. What do you think, Troy?
It looks gorgeous.
All right, so we're just gonna go throw this on top of the oven. We're gonna make your entire house smell like brisket, and this is gonna rest for about 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Let it chill.
All right, it's been 5 hours. Yeah, go ahead and open it up. It's been right at 5 hours.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, man.
And it's coming off the bone.
Yeah, my lens is fogging up. You want to grab it?
Yeah.
That's pretty right there, y'all.
Careful.
Holy cow.
Look at that.
All right, we're going to let that rest a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Stick around.
Our kitchen has been smelling amazing for like hours and hours now. We've had this thing resting in a cold oven, but Ryan said it's finally ready to cut.
Well, it's because Ryan finally got back. All right, so one thing I normally do with briskets is I separate the point from the flat.
Okay.
So we cook this fat side down.
And that's right along that crease with the decal fat we were looking at when we were prepping it.
So this is actually the point, and what's on the board right here is the flat. Flip this back over.
Some juicy goodness.
It is nice and tender. The knife's just not overtly sharp. So, brisket yoga.
Yeah,
Brisket yoga.
that's right.
Nice,
You call that the downward facing cow or what?
nice smoke ring. Get Troy a piece with some bark on it.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
It's good, man.
Yeah, real nice smoke flavor.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, I was a little worried that it was going to be,
Super smoky.
yeah, like overly smoked, bitter, right? And definitely did not turn out that way, so that's great.
Separate that off.
And that's the point.
Yep.
Yeah, notice how he's cutting across the grain.
It's really, this is one of the main reasons that I separate the point from the flat, because you can see it really well like this.
Right.
And also, with how I'm doing this, for people that, we were talking about burnt ends earlier, for people that want the burnt ends, this is kind of how you do that. Separate the point out, and what I'll do is I'll cube, oh, that's just falling apart. Isn't that horrible when a brisket just falls apart?
I hate it when that happens.
Right?
It's almost like you knew what you were doing.
Almost.
So if you were to make burnt ends with this, you cube it up like this, toss them with a little more rub and sauce, and then throw them back on the smoker for a little while.
Yep. About an hour, hour and a half to get the sauce kind of caramelized and get everything else good to go. Get not too giant of pieces so we can eat and talk.
Oh, thanks, man. Ooh, that's tender.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Holy cow.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So you're impressed with how much smoke flavor we got off the egg? Mm-hmm. It doesn't taste flat either. I mean, it's not heavily smoked. We don't have a giant smoke ring and everything else.
Right.
But the bark is good. It has a good flavor. Rub comes through. Nice, deep, beefy flavor. But it doesn't taste acrid or stale like sometimes you get on eggs.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Scratch test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That ain't going anywhere.
It's black gold right there, man.
We got some.
We got another thing we need to cut up here in a second.
Oh, yeah.
I'm anxious to get to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Beef rib, amazing beef rib. Single bone, short rib, full bone, short rib, and it's smoked for 5 hours, at about 275 on the Weber with the slow and sear with cowboy lump and pecan. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna.
There's gonna be a real happy dog later.
Yeah, there's gonna be a real happy dog later.
See, she's crying over there right now because she can smell this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nothing but good.
I know, man.
And it was so hard to get off the bone too. Just crazy. Okay, so we were talking about earlier. We did a brisket, and then Josh was asking about burn ends, and we decided that this is just going to be, burn ends.
Basically is. I mean, it's all bark for the whole way around. So should be kind of a burnt end type deal.
So this was we think it was Angus beef rib.
Yeah.
Single bone, and this thing was not light. I mean, this was a hefty bone. Oh, that bark is just straight up crunchy. Okay, I'm not cutting anymore.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, look at
Ooh,
that.
look at that. Oh yeah.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Look at that thing.
Thank you for bringing it.
Just
Yeah, sure,
pulls
man.
right apart too.
Man, it feels like filet mignon.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, fun.
That's not bad.
That's quite good.
Yeah. Beef ribs are always just so super rich, so much fat laced throughout the meat that it's all kind of rendered down.
My gosh, that's good.
All right. Well, that's amazing, and that's gonna be gone in about 3 minutes after we turn off these cameras.
Not even, man.
So how long did that take again?
5 hours.
Right.
Ish,
So,
5 hours, yeah.
Yeah,
so
right
you
at
could
5
buy a
hours.
bunch of these and just put them on for about 4 or 5 hours and have yourself a big pile of basically burn ends. But
Yeah, so what I like to do is because at HEB you can get the full beef plate ribs in cryo, and what
Okay.
I do is I'll have them cut across the bone to where I have 2 4-bone sets, and I'll smoke those. It takes about 5 hours, and it's a normal human-sized portion. Cut them up, hand them out, and it's real easy. It's real good.
nice.
Because one of these, that's not a normal human-sized portion. We ain't normal-sized humans. Oh, it's amazing. Okay.
All right.
You good?
Yeah, fantastic.
Troy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Folks, y'all want to see me hanging out with more friends and y'all like these kind of videos, hope y'all give me a thumbs up. If you're not subbed, go ahead and subscribe. Hope you share the video, and when you do, please tell all your friends that T-Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, guys.